Hi, everyone. Good morning. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Spring Intonations concert. Can everybody hear me okay? Too loud, too soft? Okay. Um, we have our Intonations choral group here today, and our special guests, the students from the University of Hartford Hart School. So we want to welcome them and thank them for being here. Some of you know, but in case you don't, the Intonations practice here on Wednesdays from 10 to 12. They'll be here for 2 more weeks, correct? Yes. And then they take the summer off, and they'll be back here early September, correct? Yeah. So if anybody's interested in joining this group after you hear them today, you can give us a call at the Senior Center and join them in September. Besides singing here, the Intonations have been singing around the area. They were in Windsor Locks, correct? Avon, Granby, am I missing anything? McLean here in Simsbury. And now their last concert of the year is here for us. So I'm going to turn it over to our director, Greg Barable, and the Intonations.
Thanks. It's great to see everybody again. This is a wild and crazy time for us. Very little rehearsal with the whole group, so we just never know what surprises will happen. These are many of these students that you see here. They're all my students from classes from previous years that I just convinced them that this would be a great thing for them to do. And I tell them, which is really strange, I tell them this is instead of a final, but if they look carefully on the syllabus, they'll know that there's no final anyhow. So I can get them to come and participate, and I just love to see them. I see them playing the piano or trying to play the piano because it's a secondary instrument for them, And I see people playing like this, and it's peace sign fingers and all sorts manner of technique, but to see them do what they do, when you see them in various musicals or the instruments when they play for the various chamber orchestras and things like that, it's just amazing. So they are going to do what they are made to do today. They're going to sing instead of play the piano. One asked, "Are we going to play the piano?" And I said, "No, heavens no." So today we are going to feature songs from Broadway. And I chose maybe 5 musicals or so. Many of them are Rodgers and Hammerstein musicals. I have these wonderful introductions that I can barely read from Wikipedia. So I will tell you briefly about each one, and then we'll do 2 or 3 songs from each of them. But today we're going to start off with a song it's sort of our signature song, and it's called Sing, Sing a Song. It was made famous by the Carpenters, and the year was 1973, and it was featured on the TV show Sesame Street. So many of you might remember that show. We love it because the words are, let's just say they're transparent. Don't worry that it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing a song. We're a little better than that, but we do this because we love the fellowship that happens together in singing. We don't have maybe operatic voices or whatever. We welcome people that can carry a tune in the bucket. We'll provide the bucket. So we just have a great time, and we love what happens when we share with you and what happens up here as well. So this is called Sing, Sing a Song. All right, since the theme is Broadway, we have a nice start to our program called Give My Regards to Broadway. Now, this was written in 1904, and it was written by George Cohen, and from his musical play, which everybody recognizes, I'm sure, Little Johnny Jones. All right. Okay. All right, so give my regards to Broadway. So I never saw that before. My first time seeing it. All right, so our first musical is one of the most famous and memorable ones of all Broadway history. And this is Oklahoma, and was written by Rodgers and Hammerstein. And it was based on Lynn Rigg's 1931 play, Green Grow the Lilacs. Again, I don't know anybody that probably knows of that particular play that this was based on, but this is what came from it. It was set in a farm country town outside Claremore, Oklahoma, and took place in 1906. And this is a story of two rival suitors, if you'll remember. One was the cowboy Curly McLean. You never know, he might show up. And the sinister and frightening farmhand Jude Fry. Now, they were both suitors of this lovely lady. And there was a secondary romance as well between Will Parker and Ado Annie. This first premiered on March 31st, 1943, and it was an immediate box office hit and ran for 2,212 performances. So yeah, this was a rather large box office hit, and it has been a favorite ever since. And they won a Pulitzer Prize for Oklahoma in 1944. So the selections we will sing from Oklahoma will be The Surrey with the Fringe on Top, Oh, What a Beautiful Morning, and Oklahoma. Yes, that's right. Our next musical is Fiddler on the Roof. This is a musical with the music by Jerry Bach, lyrics by Sheldon Harnick, yep, and the book by Joseph Stein. And it was set in Imperial Russia, and everybody knows about this story where there was tension in the family because the parents wanted the daughters to marry good men that followed tradition. Tradition was very important. And so you have the battle of the young girls against the parents and against all of the backdrop of what was happening at that time. Because there had been an edict from the Tsar also evicting the Jews from the village. And so you get this tension. And so a lot of these songs are about the tradition and how important tradition is. The three songs we're doing from Fiddler on the Roof are Fiddler on the Roof, Sunrise, Sunset, and Matchmaker.
Here we go.
Our next musical is South Pacific. Now, South Pacific, again, was composed by Richard Rodgers with lyrics by Oscar Hammerstein II. It premiered in 1949. What a prolific time this was, these 40s and 50s, for all these great musicals that have stood the test of time. It premiered on Broadway 1949, and was an immediate hit, running for 1,925 performances. And the plot was based on a book by James Michener and called Tales of the South Pacific. Now, the plot centers on an American nurse who was stationed in the South Pacific, as you probably know, in World War II, who falls in love with a middle-aged expatriate French plantation owner, but struggles to accept his mixed-race children. So there were those themes that were brought into these musicals as well. Their original Broadway production enjoyed immense critical box office success and became the second longest running Broadway musical, just behind, of course, Oklahoma. And it was said that yes, hooray, it was said that Rodgers and Hammerstein had particular people in mind when they wrote the vocal score to this musical. And so they signed Enzio Pinza and Mary Martin as the leads in this. And so this won Tony Awards, Best Musical, Best Score, Best Libretto, and is the only musical production to win Tony Awards in all 4 acting categories. And the pieces that we're going to do from this particular musical, South Pacific, are Some Enchanted Evening, I'm Gonna Wash That Man Right Out of My Hair, and There's Nothing Like a Dame. These are politically incorrect songs, I'm sorry. I don't need exercise class today. Our next musical is called Carousel, and it's another musical by the team of Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein. And this 1945 work was adapted from Molnar's 1909 play called Lilium. Never heard of it. The story revolves around a carousel worker, Billy Bigelow, whose romance with mill worker Julie Jordan comes at the price of both of their jobs. And he tries to do his best to provide for her, as all men do, and he participates in a robbery to provide for Julie and their unborn child. Wow, scandalous. After it goes tragically wrong, he is given a chance to make things right. And Richard Rodgers later wrote that Carousel was one of his favorite musicals that he wrote. And Time magazine named Carousel the best musical of the 20th century. The two selections that we'll sing from this one are You'll Never Walk Alone and If I Loved You. Our final musical for today is The Sound of Music, which was from 1949, I believe. Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein again. The story was the story of the Trapp family singers. It was set in the musical tells actually of a story of a girl named Maria who takes a job as a governess for a large family while she decides whether to become a nun or not. So, of course, love intervenes, and she falls for this Captain von Trapp, and he is ordered to accept a commission in the German Navy, but he opposes the Nazis, and he and Maria decide to flee Austria with the children. And this original Broadway production won 5 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. It was adapted in 1965 as a famous film starring Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer, and it won 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. Sound of Music was the last musical written by Rodgers and Hammerstein, and Oscar Hammerstein died of cancer, stomach cancer, actually, 9 months after the Broadway production. Sad. And the 3 selections we would like to sing from this Broadway musical are The Sound of Music, My Favorite Things, and Climb Every Mountain. Thank you for being a great audience. And I want to thank my students and the Intonations. If you ever want to join us, we meet on Wednesdays at 10 o'clock. We have a great time, you can tell. And I want to thank my students, Grace and Francesca, for coming back. And Cowboy Kyle, who played Curly. And the complete company from the Hart School. So thank you.
I just wanted to thank the Intonations again and the students. Thank you for a great performance. It was very good.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.